Welcome all of you in online teaching learning process. We have started paper number 7 inorganic chemistry, in which we have seen unit number 2 chelation, and here we will see the last point of the chelation, that is applications of chelations. Then first application is about the EDTA and second is about the DMG. Then what is EDTA? EDTA is nothing but, that is ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid, is a compound that forms strong 1:1 complexes with most of the metal ions. So it is used in industrial processes and products such as in detergents, as a cleaning agent and food additives that prevent metal catalyzed oxidation of food. Metal EDTA complexes has various applications in environment as water waste management, because it makes chelating complexes with the metal ions. So EDTA, the name of EDTA is ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. This is a tetraacetic acids, here 2 and dash type 2, and it is chelated with the central metal ion with the 4 oxygens from this side and 2 nitrogen. So EDTA is a hexadentate one. In objective they will ask EDTA is hexadentate or bidentate. Hexadentate. Then we will see use of EDTA as a chelating agent. EDTA means ethylene diamine tetraacetic acid. EDTA is a versatile chelating agent and has very important and wide applications in analytical chemistry. It is always used as a disodium salt due to its high solubility in water. It is powerful chelating agent and forms chelates with most of the metals. The important uses of EDTA is given below. It is mainly used for removal of dissolved salts of iron from water supply. The presence of iron in water in rainy season, in our house we are getting the water in which when we collect the water in the tub, then that tub is a there is a layer of brown color at the bottom which decolorizes bathtubs and lines and forms sediments on standing, that is small particles will be collected, and also spoils the taste of tea. With that water the tea will be spoiled. So if we use EDTA, which prevents all these effects and remove iron from water, when this ferric iron from water reacted with disodium salt of EDTA, we are getting this chelating complex. Iron is removed in the form of EDTA chelating complex. So this is the iron chelate will be formed. So first important application is removal of dissolved salts from water supply. Second, only we highlight the applications for, that is only they will ask multiple choice questions, one of them, to prevent metal ions from precipitation, that is citric, maleic, lactic, tartaric acids are among nature's chelating agents. Already they are chelating agents. They keep the metal ions away from the precipitation in body. In the same way, EDTA prevents precipitation of iron from well water and body fluids. EDTA also plays very important role to remove, that is carry the precipitation of iron in the water. Then also used as water softening. To determine hardness of water, we are using EDTA for the titration, because it makes chelating complex with calcium magnesium. Also EDTA is used as a food preservative, because it is our common observation that when we cut any apple, then it becomes brown in color after some times. And also with green vegetable, vitamin C gets spoiled if there is a traces of metal ions present on them. If we use EDTA solution, then the food will be preserved for a long time. Also it is used to prevent the color retention in bananas and beans or any other fruits. So there are various applications of EDTA. Also it is used to evaluate hardness of water. Total hardness of water will be calculated by titrating it with EDTA. Then to detect the estimate traces of copper in steel will be also determined. So in separation and purification of lanthanides, radioactive metals, this type of chelation technique is used. EDTA is widely used for the estimation of almost all metals trigonometrically, that is aluminum, iron, cadmium, zinc, copper, cobalt, mercury, lead, calcium, magnesium, thorium, uranium, also detected by EDTA titration. Then it can be used effectively as masking agent in most of the reactions. So these are some applications of EDTA. Then next important application is DMG, that is dimethyl glycoside or diacetyl dioxide. That is structure is CH3C double bond NOH, CH3C double bond NOH. It was discovered by Shugab in 1905 and was used by Bruneck in 1907 for determination of nickel in steel. So DMG is specific, sensitive and selective for nickel. In objective type question they will ask DMG used for detection of nickel, and it makes complex with the nickel. When nickel reacted with DMG, we are getting nickel DMG chelating complex as like this, and we are getting scarlet red color. So in objective type question they will ask. So this reaction is carried out. DMG is dissolved in alcohol, not water. So we are getting this scarlet red colored complex like this. So these are the applications of EDTA and DMG in the chelation. Next we see unit number 3, that is p block elements. That is only here we will see 3 groups, that is group number 13, 14, 15. So in the p block elements, already we know that S block, p block, d block, but in case of p block there are group number 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18. Then group number 13 is called boron family, 14 carbon family, 15 nitrogen, then oxygen, fluorine, and these are inert gases. So in your syllabus only 3 groups: 13 boron, aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium, up to this. Then 14 carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, lead. Then 15 nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth. So we will study only these groups 13, 14, 15. Then first we will see what is the position of elements in the periodic table. So first we will underline that is what is the electronic configuration of the p block element ns2np126, because p having the capacity of 6 electrons. So general electronic configuration is ns2np126. So this is very important for multiple choice questions. And in the case of general electronic configurations for group number 13, that is ns2np1, 14 ns2np2, 15 nsnp3, 16 np4, 15 and 16. These are the groups where all the elements are fulfilled in the inert gas elements. All that is np1 to np6 electron configuration takes place. So here we know that in the periodic table they are positioned at group number 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 and 18. So p block, they are from period number 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So period number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and group number 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. These are the almost p block elements. So those already we have studied that general electron configuration ns2np126. So we will study what is the group and period wise p block elements. So period number 2, group number 13, first element boron. Already I have studied it: boron, aluminum, gallium, indium, thallium. Only thallium is sufficient. Then group number 14, carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, lead, all this. And group number 15, nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and last one bismuth. So these are the very important in elements, p block elements. So next is the electronic configuration. So electronic configuration of group 13, 14, 15 along with their names and symbols we will study here. So in case of boron, that is boron having atomic number 5, then electronic configuration is helium 2s2 2p1, valence shell 2s2 2p1. Then in case of aluminum, atomic number 13, neon 10, 3s2 3p1. So here ns2 np1 is a general electron configuration. In case of gallium, we are getting argon 3d10 4s2 4p1, 4s2 4p1, ns2 np1 is a common one. Then when we go ahead, indium, thallium, we are getting the electron configuration, that is 5s2 5p1 and 6s2 6p1. Similarly, in group number 14, carbon atomic number 6, electronic configuration helium 2s2 2p2. Here general electron configuration is ns2 np2. All the elements shows ns2 np2 type of electronic configurations. And last, nitrogen family, that is group number 15, nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth. Nitrogen having atomic number 7, electron configuration 2s2 2p3. General electron configuration is ns2 np3. So this is the very simple. Only you should understand that for group number 13, general electron configuration ns2 np1. And for boron, because atomic number is 5,1, then we can write it as a 2s2 2p1, and helium, that is general 2s2 2p1. Similarly, for thallium with the atomic number 81, we are going to xenon 4f14 5d10 6s2 6p1. So general electron configuration for group 13 is ns2 np1, group 14 is a ns2 np2, and group 15 is a ns2 np3. So this is about the electron configuration of the p block elements. So thank you all of you for listening this video.